Can we talk afterwards, guys? Is that okay? Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here. So we've been working through the 4 agreements, and we're up to number 4. So I know you, the 4th one is kind of, I don't know, anticlimactic in a way, but I think it makes good sense. So it is always do your best. So just to review, so be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. And always do your best. Supposedly that's all you need. Those 4 things. So always do your best. Under any circumstance, always do your best, no more and no less. But keep in mind that your best is never going to be the same from one moment to the next. Everything is alive and changing all the time, so your best will sometimes be high quality and other times it will not be as good. When you wake up refreshed and energized in the morning, your best will be better than when you're tired at night. Your best will be different when you're healthy as opposed to sick, or sober as opposed to drunk. Your best will depend on whether you're feeling wonderful and happy or upset, angry, or jealous. In your everyday moods, your best can change from one moment to another, from 1 hour to the next, from one day to another. Your best will also change over time. As you build the habit of the 4 new agreements, your best will become better than it used to be. So I always think it's obvious in yoga sometimes, you feel like, wow, I really got that pose and that was pretty good. And then the next day it's different, but you're trying just as hard, right? And so, so you have to kind of realize that you're always trying your best. Usually you are, unless you really aren't loving what you're doing, then you may not. So I always think about, the challenges we've had raising 4 kids and how, if we had to go back, we probably would have done some things differently than we did. But I have to tell myself, no, you can't think that way because you did absolutely the best that you could at the time with the tools that we had at the time, right? So please close your eyes. Turn inward. And just see how you feel emotionally. And how you feel physically. Sometimes those vary greatly from day to day. If you always feed your soul first. First, feed your soul. And feed the other things that need attention. Your best will always be better. Please bring hands to heart center. May we always learn to appreciate our best effort. We're much better able to tap into joy and notice the grace and the love and the beauty around us. Please lower your hands, open your eyes, and stay right where you are. Oh gosh, that cat is shedding. Sorry, it's all over me now. Just bring your feet under your knees a little bit more. So it's more Sukhasana. And then stretch your arms up. Oh, get really tall. And then bring your right hand down and arc towards that side. And then come on up and arc towards the other side. And then come on up and notice which shin is in front and turn and face that knee. And then just kind of fold down over your knee, kind of trying to center your belly. Artemis. She's been waiting for you guys. Oh. Try and press the opposite hip away. You'll feel something. Yeah. And then come on up. Now, just switch shins that are in front, and we'll do the same thing. Stretch up and go to the right first. And then inhale up and go to the left. And then inhale up. Face the knee that has the shin in front. Keep both sit bones grounded and fold. I don't know why those muscles get so tight back there for me. That's where I've been really having to work. Good, and come on up. Stretch both arms up. Feel nice and tall. And now fold forward. I forgot to do that on the other side. We might have to go back. Good. And come on up and come to all fours. And just do some cow and cat. I don't know why I'm feeling so tight. Cow and cat. Linger where it feels like a good stretch for you. And then let's thread the needle. So right arm threads underneath left. And come down. Full breath. And come on up and switch. Left arm threads underneath right. Just notice where you feel the stretch. Keep everything lengthening. And unwind. Come down to elbows. Bring your hands to prayer there. And move your knees back just slightly. And then bring your forehead down. So you might have to move back a little further. Think I'm supporting my shoulders on both sides, and then lift the hands so they come back to the back of the head. You'll feel a stretch in your triceps. Good. And then release the hands back down, interlace the hands. Come forward slightly, press everything down, lift your knees to puppy dog pose. And just walk out your puppy. You'll feel really strong on the shoulders, both sides. That's what I want you to feel, not like a collapsing. Broaden your clavicles. Good, and then lower down, widen your knees and come to a child's pose. I can pull my shirt back down. And then stretch your arms out long, ground the hands down, and make your way to downward facing dog. Spread the weight on your hand. Just walk your full dog out here. Feel just as strong in the shoulders. And then slowly walk your hands or your feet up to your hands, but bring the feet wide to the outside of your hands and bend your knees slightly. And then slowly fold into a full Uttanasana, but in this wide configuration. Think sits bones back and up, all four corners of the feet. And then inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. And then come all the way up to standing in this wider configuration with your feet. And stretch your arms up like that. And then bend your elbows and tuck your chin and bring your forearms together. And then lift up, lift your heart, move the elbows back, lift your kind of a cat-cow configuration here. Do that one more time, thinking really long side body as I round. And then open up. Good, stretch your arms back up, kind of in a neutral position with your spine. Bring hands to heart center. Swivel your heels in slightly, and then just kind of bend one knee and the other and shift side to side. Just kind of wiggle, get everything warmed up. Good, and then stretch back up and bring the arms down. Step your feet normal distance. Actually grab your blocks too, just to have them handy. Mine are clear at the back, so. And bring them by your feet. And we're just gonna do a little movement. So you actually set the blocks forward because you won't need them for this first thing. Sorry, but we'll need them soon. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back, downward facing dog. Stay for a breath. And then on your next inhale, come forward to plank. And you decide you want to lower your knees first or just lower down through chaturanga. Support your shoulders, hands under elbows. Inhale to cobra. And lower, and do that 2 more times. Just thinking long spine connection in the spine as you lift on the inhale and lower on the exhale. 1 more time. And lower. Curl the toes under, push back, downward facing dog. Step the feet to the hands, forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up, stretch your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just trying to get a little warm, so let's keep going. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Be mindful with your movement. Do your best. Step back, downward facing dog. One more breath here. And then on your next inhale to plank. And exhale, lower down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, downward facing dog. And next inhale, step forward, forward fold. Pranam. And sweep and rise. Hands to heart center. 1 more. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Downward facing dog. Stay for another breath. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Cobra. And lower. Downward facing dog. And step forward, forward fold. Pranam. And sweep all the way up. Hands to heart center. We may as well just keep going. We're doing well. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Grab your blocks so they're by your feet. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back to deep lunge. Just feel that. We haven't done that position yet. Lower the back knee now. You can either stretch the toes straight if you're able to keep all that muscle energy. Bring hands to the front knee. Hug to the midline. And then stretch your arms up. Anjaneyasana. One more breath. And listen carefully as you lower the hands to the blocks, straighten the right leg, stretch the hips back. And then inhale, bend into the front knee, stretch the arms up again, Anjaney. Exhale, straighten the right leg, touch down, runner's lunge. And one more time, bending into the front knee. You can move the blocks wherever it helps you. Anjaney. Exhale, straighten the leg, slide the hips back. Good, bend into the front knee. This time, lift the back knee and step back, or actually just stay there. I forgot. I want to do one more thing. So if you want to, you can step your left foot forward to that warrior one position if that's better for you, or see about lifting to crescent. Stretch your arms up. Next inhale, I want you to straighten your front leg, and exhale, touch the blocks, fold. Inhale, bend the front knee, stretch the arms up. Exhale, straighten the front leg, fold. One more time. Inhale, bend the front knee, stretch up. Exhale, straighten front leg, fold. Staying low, bend the front knee. And you're gonna move the blocks forward. Take a step forward with the back foot and lift back leg. You can use the blocks if you want to. Or see, maybe you can just come to hands to heart center, warrior three. No. Always try your best, but don't beat yourself up if your best isn't feeling all that strong today. Good, touch the blocks, bend the front knee, step back to a deep lunge again, and then step back, downward facing dog. Extend the left leg and step it forward, deep lunge. Lower the back knee. Stretch up, Anjaneyasana. Stay for a breath. And then on your next exhale, touch the block, straighten the left leg, runner's lunge. Inhale, bend the knee, stretch up, Anjaney. Exhale, slide the hips back, runner's lunge. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. One more time. Slide the hips back, fold. You can support yourself however it works. Good, bend into the front knee. Hands on the blocks, lift the back knee. Just check your alignment. Feel nice and strong before you come up. Crescent warrior. Take one more breath. Feel the back leg super strong. Next inhale, straighten the front leg, fold forward. Parsvottanasana. Inhale, bend the knee, stretch up. Exhale, straighten the leg, fold forward. Back leg has to stay super strong. One more time. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, straighten the leg. Hold. Good. Bend the front knee. Step the right foot forward a little bit. I'm just going to bring my hands on my front knee. If you want to use the blocks, you can. And just think, lift the back leg, warrior three. You don't have to straighten both legs all the way if you don't want to. And then bend the knee, touch down, touch the floor. Step forward, Uttanasana. Just set the blocks to the side for a moment and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come to cobra. Exhale, lower. And push all the way back. Child's pose. And make your way to all fours. Hands under the blocks. Come on up, downward facing dog. And extend the right leg and step it forward to deep lunge. Lower the back knee again. And this time I'm just going to have you bring the left block off to the side a little bit and maybe even forward. And then bring the right, you might have to move the right block. Bring the right hand to the knee. Turn the toes out slightly so that your knee and your toe point the same direction. And then just kind of twist to your right and allow the knee to stretch off to the right side as well. Bend your arm, open your heart. Now hug your left knee towards you, bend the knee. See if you can reach back and find the foot. If it's there, great. If it's not, it's okay. You're just kind of reaching for it. Hug the heel, the knee towards each other. Big quad stretch. Keep the heart open. Release the foot and come back in. Lift the back knee, ground the back foot down, and make your way up to warrior two. Ooh. And just feel that. Good, now bring your left hand to your hip. Bring the right hand to the block. And then just kind of slide the left foot closer and bring the block out because you're going to set up for Ardha Chandrasana. So lifting the back leg, You don't have to lift. If you want to do Parsvakonasana instead, fine. But if you're going for it, extend the arm. Feel the weight right in the middle of your right foot. That's the key. Lengthen. Good. Bend the knee. Touch the back foot down. Slide everything back. And come up warrior two again. Well done. Sorry you have a cat to work around. Good. Now straighten the front leg, stretch the arms up. Exhale, bend the front knee, stretch the arms back down. One more time. Inhale, straighten the front leg, stretch the arms up. Exhale, keep the leg straight. Bring the arms down, fold into triangle. Your blocks there if you want it. You can use the floor. Couple breaths. And now look at the floor, bend the front knee, touch the left hand down, turn the back heel up. Deep lunge. And then step forward, forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. We've got another side to do. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back, deep lunge. Lower the back knee. Bring the right block out to the side. You can move the left block out of the way, left hand to the knee. And just be mindful as you kind of lean to the side and twist. You can open the knee, the left hip crease stays back. Stretch up. Open the heart. Beautiful, you guys. Hugging the knee towards your heel. Bend the knee. See if maybe your foot's available. It's okay if it's not. Just the way it is. Open your heart a little more. Oh. And then release it. Find the block, straighten out, lift the back knee, and ground it down. Come up, warrior two. Bringing the right hand to the hip, left hand to the block. Just slide the right foot forward, slide the block out. Think everything else kind of is in the same configuration as you lift Ardha Chandrasana. Lengthen your spine, shoulders on the back. And the front knee, simultaneously slide the block back, land the foot, come up, warrior two. Kind of check your alignment. Make sure it's all good. Your heel to arch alignment is good. You feel grounded in your back foot. And then inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend, track it straight. One more time, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend, arms back down. And then this last time, inhale, straighten, keep the legs straight, Stretch the arms, lean forward, triangle pose. Feel the left hip crease back, sits bones are back, low belly draws up, rib cage is back to support your upper back, clavicles broaden. Bend into the front knee, look at the floor, touch down, turn the heel up. Just move the blocks out of the way and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. And push all the way back, child's pose. Good. Slide all the way forward onto your belly. Stretch your toes long. And then walk your hands out kind of in a V, so your hands are grounded. They don't have to be on the mat. Don't want. Forehead down, and then think, lengthen the back of the neck, rib cage back, lift the head and the chest and slide the hands back, but keep the hands straight. And then just support yourself. This is called seal pose. You can really, if you're isometrically pulling the hands back, you can feel a lengthening, but you have to keep the rib cage drawing back. Good, and then lower down. Push back to all fours, get the blocks back under your hands. And make your way to downward facing dog. Extend the left leg, step it through, deep lunge. Lower the back knee, stretch up Anjane Asana. Exhale, straighten the left leg, slide the hips back, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knee, lift the back knee. Try it without the blocks. Bring the hands to the front knee. Slide the back foot forward. Really lengthen the spine. Lift the back foot, warrior three. You can bring hands to heart center if that works. Like a long spine. Good. Touch it down. Touch the hands down. Ground the back foot down. Windmill up. Warrior two. Right hand to the hip, left hand to the block, and you can use it on whatever height works best for you. Slide the foot forward, slide the block out. Ardha Chandrasana, lift the back leg, stand long, play with it. Right hand to the hip again, bend the left knee, step it back. Warrior two. Next, inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Bend the left knee. Touch the right hand down, turn the back heel up. Step back, down dog. Then the left leg, step it through, or the right leg, sorry. I said left, but I lifted my right. You guys knew. Lower the back knee. Get up Anjane. Exhale, straighten the right leg, fold forward, runner's lunge. Inhale, bend the front knee, lift the back knee. Hands to the front knee. Step forward a little bit, warrior three. Use the blocks if you need to. Touch it down. Ground the back foot down, warrior two. Left hand to the hip. Touch the block. Slide the back foot forward, slide the block out, and make your way. Take your time setting up how you want it. Ardha Chandrasana. Left hand to the hip, and the knees, slide everything back. And then windmill up, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, stretch the arms up. Exhale, triangle pose. I'm constantly trying to scan my body, look for things that I can do better. Good, bend the front knee, look at the floor, touch the hand down, turn the heel up. Lose the blocks, step back, downward facing dog. And just take a few moments here, kind of moving if you want, or staying still, just feeling. And then on your next inhale, come forward to plank and lower down to the mat. This time, bring the hands by your hips, forehead down, lengthen the back of your neck, draw your rib cage back, draw the head of the arm molds back, lift the head, lift the shoulders, lift the feet. Shalabhasana, locust pose. Stay for 2 more breaths. And then lower down, bring your hands under your forehead. Relax into it for a minute. Because I want to do it one more time. So bring the hands by the hip. This time, think long side body, lift the head of the arm bones away from the floor. See if you can interlace the hands behind you. Good, then lengthening the back of your neck. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, rib cage back, lift your feet. One more breath. And release. Push all the way back, child's pose. And then come on up to all fours, and I'm gonna have you grab your blankets. And I want you to all turn inward so that you're seated on the blanket, but when you bring your feet wide, your heels maybe can still be on the mat. She helping you out, Carrie. So yeah, you can face them. It's more fun. So you can look at them. So press the heels down. Find your sits bones grounded. You can inner spiral if you need to, if your kneecaps and toes don't point up. Okay, now this is gonna be a little different. So everyone turn and face your right leg. Now keep that, just bring your left hand out to the side and just slide it down to your foot as you kind of lean over that leg, and then bring the right arm up and over. Now, if your elbow comes to your thigh, great, or your knee, or your shin, or maybe even to the floor. Yeah. If you can, that's pretty good, you guys. Keep your right sit bones grounded. In your case, does that feel okay? Yeah, it's okay. I know. Good. Come on up. Release for a moment. It's called Parivrtta Upavista Konasana. I just had to say that because I had to remind myself that I still know these things. Good. Now face your other leg, whichever one you didn't face. And bring your hand down the leg. Just kind of lean over that leg. Kind of let the other arm come up and over. Keep pressing the heels down. Really good, you guys. One more breath. And come on up. Good. Now, if you want to, you can use blocks under your hands. I'm not going to. I have a cat, I guess. And I'm just going to fold forward. So keep thinking. I'm hugging the heels down and maybe in slightly. I'm not rounding the low back, but I am maybe rounding the upper back, and I'm lengthening out. Drawing my low belly up. Holding forward. Upavista Konasana. And then come on back up. Now everybody just bend your left knee and bring it to the inner edge of your right leg, or if you want it a little bit wider than 90 degrees, you can bring it, yeah. And if that doesn't work, keep your leg just outstretched, okay? Okay. And then turn and face your outstretched leg. And this time, just stretch forward, try and center your belly on that leg. You can bring the hand to the outside of your shin, your ankle, or maybe your foot. My right hand is just off to the side to kind of help me twist over, keep the belly centered, lengthen. This is called Janu Shirshasana. I'm not sure if this is gonna work for you, Carrie, so just ignore me on this one. Now sweep your right or left arm up and clear over to the opposite side, and then follow with the right, sweep it in front of you, lift up on your knee, and then open your heart. Yeah. Oh, that feels good, right? Oh, think length, open the heart. And then just like you got there, sit back down and come up. And then lift your left arm, right hand behind you, twist, and bring your hand to the outside of the leg. So tall, but a little twist. And then unwind. Nice. Extend that leg and switch sides. I always have to inner spiral again. So now just turn and face the left leg. And just see where it takes you. You can reach across. Might have to adjust the blanket. I do. I can keep feeling like I'm grounded. Good, and then sweep the right arm up and over, all the way to the other side. Follow with the left, sweeping in front of you, lift your knee, open your heart. The left foot is mostly grounded. Wherever it feels good, you can lift your hips. And then just like you got there, come on back down. Bring the left hand beside you, stretch the right arm up, and then twist. Right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Good, and unwind. Bring the soles of your feet together. I'm going to stay on my blanket just because it feels better to me. You can keep the hands behind you if that's better, or you can bring them underneath the ankles or the heels. And then just work on feeling your core doing the work, and that allows your leg to rotate in the socket and open up a little more. And then if you feel nice and long, like you're really lengthened through the spine, then maybe you can fold. And come on back up. Bring the knees together. And go ahead and lay on your back and turn these lights off. I want to do a hamstring stretch, which you've worked them hard. First, just lengthen your arms over your head, your legs long, and then bring the feet kind of in line with your hips, but still long. Good, and then bend your right knee and interlace your hands behind the right thigh. And just point and flex a few times. Keep the right hip crease square to the left. Hip crease, yeah, they're both pressing forward. Good, now find a comfortable position for your foot and just slide your hands up a little further. Maybe it's behind your knee, maybe it's behind your calf, to a place where your hamstrings are saying, oh, that's enough. Okay, and then do this for me. Press your leg into your hand as hard as you can for 5 seconds. Resist with your hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now back off a little bit, about 50%, and then see if maybe your hamstrings will allow a little bit more stretch. Move the hands up slightly more, if that works. And then do it again. Press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then back off a little bit. See, maybe you can even pull that leg a little bit closer. Amazing, right? Very good, you guys. And then release that leg all the way to the ground. See if it feels different than the other one. Feels longer, right? And bend the left knee, interlace the hands behind the left thigh, straighten the leg, and just point and flex that foot a few times. I always have to check my right leg. Am I still active with that leg? I'm pulling it into the socket. I feel a little curve in my low back. And then maybe I can work my hands up a little higher on the leg without losing any of the rest of that stuff. And then press for 5 seconds, as hard as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back off a little bit and see if those hamstrings will give just a little bit more. And do it again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back off. See, ooh, it gives a little more. And just appreciate that. And then release that foot to the ground. Bend your knees. Feet wide on the mat. Arms in cactus. Just do a few windshield wipers. Should feel good after all of that. And then bring the knees up and lift the shin. So the knees are going to come towards your armpits. You're going to bring the elbows on the inside. Reach up in front of the shins to grab the feet for happy baby pose. And just think to yourself, okay, can I press my feet and find the curve in my low back? So press my feet into the hands just resist. And maybe you can rock side to side, maybe feel the knees come down. Keep the feet really active. Inner edge of the foot is just as active as the outer edge. Good. And then release the feet, stretch the legs straight up, hands by your hips. Now keep the legs very active. Bend the knees slightly and lift your hips up. And see if you can bring your hands on your hips and keep the legs moving up. It's a weird position. It's called Sarvangasana, otherwise known as a shoulder stand. Good. Now keep your hands supporting your hips and just bring your feet over your head. See where they go. Maybe they go to the floor, maybe not. Cow pose. And then slowly roll down, keeping your thighs pretty close. And come all the way down, hug your knees in. Roll side to side. There's one more thing I wanted to do. What was it? Oh, I know. We're gonna try this. I never teach this, but I think it might feel good today. Stretch your legs out long. Well, actually bring your feet, or not your feet, your hands kind of close. Your arms are long and your hands are kind of underneath where your thighs will come down, and then bring the thighs on top of your hands. And then kind of roll side to side to get your shoulder blades underneath. Okay, now listen carefully. This is called fish pose. You're just gonna slowly lift your heart and slide up onto the back of your head, or maybe even the top of your head. So your elbows are slightly bent, shoulder blades are underneath. You have this big curve in your low back called fish pose. See if you can extend the legs long. Good, and then slide back down. Feels kind of good, right? You can rock side to side, slide your hands out. And then go ahead and transition for Shavasana. Remembering that since you're always doing your best, try really give your best effort to relaxing completely in Shavasana. So every exhale, let go a little bit more. Always doing your best. Looks different every day. Doing your best. You are going to live your life intensely. You're going to be productive. You're going to be good to yourself, because you will be giving yourself to your family, to your community, to everything. But it is the action that is going to make you feel intensely happy. When you always do your best, you take action. Doing your best is taking the action because you love it, not because you're expecting a reward. Most people do exactly the opposite. They only take action when they expect a reward, and they don't enjoy the action. And that's the reason why they don't do their best. If we like what we do, if we always do our best, then we're really enjoying life. We're having fun. We don't get bored. We don't get frustrated. Doing your best really doesn't feel like work because you enjoy whatever you are doing. You know you're doing your best when you are enjoying the action or doing it in a way that will not have negative repercussions for you. You do your best because you want to do it. not because you have to do it, not because you're trying to please the judge, and not because you're trying to please other people. If you take action because you have to, then there's no way you're going to do your best. Think about the truth in that. Beginning, make your way back by noticing the breath. Noticing your limbs, extremities are still there. You can start to move them. Draw your knees in when you're ready. Your transition back up to seated. Bring hands to heart center. Namaste. Thanks for trying your very best this morning. Appreciate it. Have a great day.